Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Amy. I want to welcome everyone to Parawoman Radio. Nichol Kessinger gained significant attention and notoriety due to her role in the infamous Watts family case, where she was revealed to be the mistress of Chris Watts. Her involvement in this high profile crime captivated the public's interest and sparked intense media scrutiny. As details of the case emerged, Kessinger found herself thrust into the spotlight, becoming a central figure in the narrative surrounding the tragic events that unfolded. The revelation of her relationship with Watts shed light on the complexities of human nature and the devastating consequences that can arise from such illicit affairs. Kessinger's connection to the case became the subject of countless discussion, debates, and speculations as people tried to comprehend the motivations and actions of those involved. Before we kick things off, guys, if you could show some love for my live content, pump up the jam, kind of throw up those thumbs and hearts. And if you're really vibing with us, hit that subscribe button and shout it out from the rooftops. Helps us dance out into the algorithm and bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help my channel out, and it's really appreciated. Want to do like a grand finale? We are now monetized, so we can accept chats, super stickers. We also have a PayPal or Vimo at parawomenradio@gmail.com. You guys rock for any and all support that you show to us. So I want to get into some articles that I found. First, I thought we would share this. Watts' mistress reportedly writing to kill her dad in prison. Let me put it up on the screen. You probably don't see it yet. Hope you do. Okay. So this is from OK Magazine. I will put the link down in the description. We probably won't read it all, but if you want to go look at it yourself, you can do that. Chris Watts' mistress reportedly writing to kill her dad in prison. She needs to clear some things up, inmate reveals. After OK learned that convicted killer Chris Watts, who brutally strangled his pregnant wife Shanann and smothered his two children on August 13th, 2018, spends most of his time in prison writing to pen pals, most of whom are women. It has been reported that one of those corresponding with him is former mistress Nichol Kessinger. Watts and Kessinger met when they were both working for Anadarko Petroleum in June 2018 and started having an affair in early July of the same year. When they first started seeing each other, Watts lied to Kessinger about his current relationship status. Authorities believe Watts committed the murders because of the affairs. Watts is currently in Dodge Correctional Institution, a maximum security prison in Waupun, Wisconsin, where fellow inmate David Carter revealed the killer dad is still in touch with the woman many believe he killed for his family for. Kessinger, who changed her identity, and that's not been proven. Let me put him in the back. Hold on a second, you guys. That's not been proven that she has changed her name. So it has been reported that she changed her identity, but it's not been proven, I don't think. Kessinger, who changed her identity and moved away from Colorado after the murders, reportedly wrote to Watts under a fake name. Inmate Carter dished that Watts told me she said that she needed to speak to him to clear some things up. He told the Daily Mail, adding, he wouldn't tell me exactly what she had said. That's convenient, huh? Carter said Watts first told him he was communicating with someone he believed to be his former lover in September last year, noting that once prison officials caught wind of the forbidden correspondence, they punished Watts by suspending his mail and began monitoring his incoming letters. He wasn't supposed to have any contact with her, but she initiated it by writing to him, Carter spilled. That's it. Wait, no, that's not it. As OK previously reported, Watts killed his wife as well as their unborn child Nico in their bed after Shanann confronted him about the affair. Is that it? Watts was sentenced to life in prison. He's on the lowest social tier of the entire prison. Watts can reportedly go days without speaking to anyone. He's probably the most hated man in the prison. The source explained because he unalived his children. There's a definite pecking order in jail, and someone who hurts or unalives kids is at the very bottom. We already know that. So I will put the link to that down in the description. Thanks for joining. Is it Miss Murda? Is it Murda? Is that from the Alex Murda? Just kidding. This is from the Daily Mail. Exclusive mistress for whom Chris Watts, unalived his family and children, is still in touch with them 3 years. Did I just read this? 3 years after changing her name and going into hiding. No, this is another one. This is the Daily Mail. The last one was okay. Chris Watts revealed his mistress, Nichol Kessinger, wrote to him inside the Dodge Correctional Institution. Kessinger, 32, took on a new identity. Fellow inmate David Carter made the revelation. He told me she said that she needed to speak to him to clear things up. Carter said that the Watts, 35, first told him Kessinger was writing to him in September 2020. Watts claimed the prison authorities discovered what was happening and punished him. Okay. Let's move on. And we went into this Reddit where it's Find Nichol Kessinger. And there were some photos of her that I came across in here. Okay, this was the one I wanted to look at. Sorry if this is old news. I'm new to the app, but old to following this case. This info all comes from her own social media page that is currently active from 2020 up to a few days ago. I hesitate to openly link it, as directing more attention or hate to the page may cause her to remove it completely. She also has a Twitter account. I haven't tried to look for it. I don't know her. I have no business knowing any of this info. It's really my only way of coping with this case sometimes, and none of this was difficult for me to find off of Google. She doesn't go by any new, different, or other names. She was never in witness protection. She was identifying with Nicole Sophia Miller for a time, but stated in multiple posts that she has no reason to actually change her name, as she states she is innocent. She lives in a nice-looking neighborhood in South Maryland, and she works WFH customer service for Sheen. She has a huge rock on her ring finger. Haven't tried to look into who, and guys, take this with a grain of salt because this isn't proven. This is just hearsay. She has a huge rock on her ring finger. Haven't tried to look into who her partner is, but just because I'm a freak, I did note the Aldi that they shop at. She talks about gardening recipes, her nails, her mood, overcoming anxiety, normal stuff. Definitely some odd posts at times, but they do seem to be honest to her. In June 2023, she wrote about her experience and devastation of loss of twin girls in utero. Obviously, this is horrible to experience, no matter who it is, what you believe they did or did not do, but I can't not notice how absolutely bone-chilling it is NK starting over two little girls and lose them in the aftermath of CW. Photos from 2021 very much appear to show the physical signs in the face and body of hard drug usage. As other people here have mentioned before, she has stated more recently that she is sober and physically appears to be sober. She discussed having substance abuse issues, depression, anxiety, and borderline personality disorder. She does strike me as someone who would have borderline personality disorder, if that's true. Regardless of our thoughts on any kind of involvement of hers, she has experienced some level of trauma from CW. And of course, the aftermath appears to be working through it, which at the end of the day is a positive. Wouldn't it be amazing if she fully came forward someday? Unfortunately, we may never know the real truthful story of those two. But thankfully, CW's chapter is permanently closed, and I personally will be keeping an eye out for what happens in NK's. That's most of what I have on her new life. Whether you think she's a villain or victim, knowing she gets to live free in this very dark shadow that she will likely never exit doesn't give much satisfaction or comfort either way. I think that that's a lot of why some of us just cannot put this one down. Let me know what you think. And then people come and say, there's no proof that the book of likes page is legit NK. I don't really buy into that being her form of social media as much as some person out there baiting. Yeah, I kind of think like she wouldn't do this. She wouldn't put herself out there. She just wouldn't put herself out there like that. But I don't know. Maybe she would. And here's another one. me make sure you can see it. Yeah, you can. I did some research on Nicole. I researched her family history and found this. She may be using the alias Nicole Miller based on a search I did. I'm showing possible addresses in Austin, Texas, and she lived in Florida for a while after the murders. Bonus, Chris's nickname Empanada for her is possibly due to the fact that Nicole is part Latina, Mexican American based on my research. And then this person comes underneath, and I'll put the links to this so you guys can go over to Reddit and look yourself. She's 100% using the new alias Nicole Miller. It's so interesting to me how some people can be so sure. I did some digging about 7 to 8 months ago, but I'm pretty sure I know that Nicole, or not Nicole, Gypsy Blanchard. I think I know which Facebook account she's using, and she's not sharing it. I did some digging about 7 to 8 months ago, but was concerned maybe I would be banned for doxing, but it's legit public info, you know? No laws to break when you know what websites, etc. to use. She has family on the East Coast whose last names are Miller. I've done some Facebook digging as well, and her cousins are Millers. Literally, all she did was change the spelling of her first name and use the family name in place of her former last. I always figured she would go the route and use a surname along with simply changing the spelling of her first name. Simple, but allows her to fly under the radar. She's actually going by Nicole Sophia Miller. Her sister uses Stephanie Smith, Stephanie Miller as aliases. Well, I guess we'll have to do a separate deep dive into this. Great work. There was an alleged sighting of her back in mid-2020, I believe it was. I remember that. I think it was at a grocery place. She was still in Colorado, I believe in the area her sister lives or lived then. She was grocery shopping. Hey, guys, if you were out and shopping and you thought you saw Nichol Kessinger, would you approach her or would you take a video or a photo of her? I think I might do both. I think I would. I'd take some photos of her and video of her, and then I'd be like, walk up to her and be like, hey, hi, I covered the Watts case and you look like, has anyone ever told you you look like Nichol Kessinger? And then try to see the look on her face. The person who snapped the pics got in touch with the YouTube creator who posted on it and shared that the area in which she was spotted, the license plate number, etc., all checked out as being relative to her. I can't remember if she was wearing a mask. I think she was in that one. I believe she was, but what could be made out of her was eerily similar. Let's just say if it wasn't NK, then it was her doppelganger in both appearances and personal info. You know, we all have doppelgangers. I've done a show where I posted videos and photos of my doppelgangers and people didn't know it wasn't me that I was posting. So we all have them out there, you guys. And then somebody comes up and says, so I also found a possible address in California, Arizona, or Tennessee. I can't tell which one, but I'm leaning towards California being the one. I'm not going to put the city or street address because I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like she lives in a desert area. Not a lot of grass growing there. It looks like a man owns the home. Not sure if this is her current boyfriend or landlord. Yeah. On a lot of these true people search, etc. type websites, they surprisingly list aliases, which is where her new name is listed. The site compiles info from tax records, voter registration cards, court records, etc. to update someone's personal info so she is without question using that name or is use that name in legal formal public settings. If these websites are sharing the aliases, that means she's pen to paper referred to herself by that name when filling out forms, posts, etc. What do you guys think? Do you think it's her? Let me pop over and chat and see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Miss Murdoch says, damn, if this is true, she's either threatening him to shut his mouth or she's still obsessed with them. I don't know why she would be writing them, really. I don't know if I really believe that she's writing them. Many believe she was involved in ending the lives of 2 little girls, and now she has supposedly lost 2 little girls. Yeah, I hope, I don't wish that on anyone, so I hope that's not true, that happened. But who knows, right? So I will put the link over to this. Let's pop over to the photos. Here they are. So this photo has emerged of her. Can you see that? Let me make it a little bigger. So there's this photo of her. That's too big. I can't see it. There we go. What do you guys think? Does that look like her to you? I mean, it does. If she were to have gained some weight. Looks like it would be the right age too. But like I said, we all have doppelgangers. We really do. Here's another one. This one looks more like her, in my opinion, than that other one. I'll try to get it bigger for you guys. That one's smaller. Is that any better? Yeah, it's a little bit better. Let me take myself. Let me rearrange the screen a little bit to make it even better. Sheesh. Well, I guess that's as good as I'm going to get it. Oh, wait. This is the one I'm looking for right here. It's as good as it's going to get on that one. And then these are even harder to see. But right here, supposedly her, well, and this is the photo she's holding up. And it does look like, oh, Denver Botanic Gardens, Colorado. The one that's right next to me on the right in your screen. I think that one might be her. I don't know, though. We're just having fun speculating. What else do I have up? Make sure I've got everything before we go into the, oh, I want to show you that. This one puts the two photos side by side for us. And we can look at the teeth. The teeth are what make me think, because we all have like the same look, but do we have the same teeth? I don't know. They're long teeth. They appear to have the same, they like when people take pacifiers for too long, they get that Simpson look, Homer, the Simpson look. It's not like it's not horrible, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Let's look at the eyes. Same color eyes, almost to a T. Bushier eyebrows, but I mean, she obviously plucked the top and the bottom. So, and it's very likely that she's had children already since then. The nose looks almost identical too. That's weird, huh, you guys? It's the teeth that does it for me. You know what I want to look at really quick? I want to see if there's any pictures of Nichol that show her ears, because that one shows the left ear really well. Let me see if I can find one really quick. Because don't we all have different ears too? I'm going to share while I'm looking. You guys can look with me. This one shows her ear. Hold on. Okay. So her ear kind of sticks out a little bit. Okay, so let's look at that ear. And then this is so ridiculous that I'm looking at ears, but here we are. And then this is her ear. Is this ear longer than her ear? That the ear we just looked at? God, drink every time I say ear. I don't know, you guys. This one looks... Okay, so her lobe comes down to like right there. And this one's lobe looks like it comes down much further down, because unless it's just the way her face is. What do you guys think? I think the ears are different. Hi, Alicia Cruz. How are you? I feel like she wouldn't carelessly expose herself. Yeah, I feel that too. But she's a bit of an attention seeker. Yeah, I think that's her borderline. Like when they said that she's possibly borderline personality, borderlines are attention seekers. That's why I think she could possibly be borderline. I grew up with borderline people. I know how to be a borderline. I know how not to be a borderline. Maybe she's sick of staying hidden. Could be. I don't know. I'm not really positive. I don't think um, that's her now that we compared the ears. Yes, the one in pink really looks like her if she put on some weight. Yeah. Does the one in pink? Hold on a second. No, you can't see the ear of the one in pink. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? You could give this live a thumbs up, guys. It helps us dance out into the algorithm, brings more people back to the party. Just a free way to help us out, and it's really appreciated. We're finally monetized now, so we're doing super chat and super stickers, and I'm getting the ability to join the channel ready for that too. I don't think I've activated that yet. Nichol Kessinger today. What is Chris Watts' mistress doing now? And this was by heavy.com. In August 2018, Chris Watts pleaded guilty to unaliving his pregnant wife, Shanann Watts, and their two daughters, Celeste, 3, and Bella, 4. At the time, Watts was having an affair with a woman named Nichol Kessinger, who played a major role in Watts' arrest after she gave a detailed statement in the Colorado Bureau of Investigation about their relationship. Watts and Kessinger began having an affair in late June 2018. We're going to skip through because we know the story. While Kessinger, and I'll put the link, while Kessinger played a role in Watts' arrest, she also faced intense media backlash after she was named as Watts' mistress. She deactivated her social media accounts shortly after her name was released. Did she? I thought she did that before. I thought she did that when she met Chris. She scrubbed herself off the internet. And once Watts was finally convicted, she moved out of Colorado and fell off the grid. According to Distractify, there is currently some speculation that Kessinger entered the witness protection program to start a new life. Keep reading for details. Why am I having such a hard time reading today? Kessinger wanted to marry Watts and claimed he was a thoughtful, soft-spoken man when they first met. Kessinger told the Denver Post in 2018 that she was unaware Watts was still married or that his wife was pregnant. And I find that so hard to believe. The woman who Googles expiration dates on condoms doesn't know that the person she's with has a pregnant wife, and especially said pregnant wife is all over Facebook. I say. After Watts introduced himself to Kessinger at Anadarko, he noticed she wasn't wearing a ring, and Kessinger thought he was attractive. So they started talking. While they were getting to know each other, Watts mentioned he had two daughters, and he told Kessinger that he was separated from his wife. Although Kessinger told Watts she wanted to take things slowly, they began a physical relationship in early July. I don't believe that either. I think it happened way sooner. And it wasn't long before Kessinger was contemplating marriage. According to the Washington Times, investigators looked through Kessinger's Google search history following the Watts arrest. Her history contained phrases like, "Man I'm having an affair with says he will leave his wife," and "marrying your mistress," as well as some online wedding shopping. Mm-hmm. Okay, where? This really is not. As mentioned earlier in this article, Kessinger deactivated all of her social media accounts after she was named as Watts' mistress. Once the scandal broke, she was catapulted into the spotlight. According to the Cinemaholic, Kessinger believed she was fired due to her connection to Watts and the backlash she received from the media. After giving her statement to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, she essentially disappeared. While there's no concrete evidence that Kessinger did actually enter the witness protection program, I don't believe she did. A source told Radar Online that she has been receiving threats I believe she received threats. She had received several threats, public shaming, and could be considered one of the most hated women in America. I would say so, like one of the top 5. The source told Radar she plans to start fresh with a new name, new town, and ultimately a new identity. And ultimately, this article knew nothing. Let me see what else I have. There were a few more that I had. Oh, this is the Cinemaholic Mahalik article. Nichol Kessinger provided the police with detailed information about Chris and their affairs throughout their investigation and cooperated with them at every step of the way. Right? Why did she delete all her stuff then, if she was cooperating? Which was paramount in finding him guilty for the murders? No, it wasn't. In saying that, though, her phone records show that she also thought of monetizing from her situation. She searched for Amber Frey's net worth, the mistress of Scott Peterson, who also murdered her unalived his pregnant wife.